Welcome, Culturians, and today's grand spectacle is more Dismal Disney. The Proxy war has intensified, and it's bringing a second massive blow to the House of Mouse's narrative. Just yesterday, another Proxy advisor falls into supporting Nelson Peltz and his notions that Disney could be better. This is a corporate clash that just got much nastier, and Peltz has been much more aggressive in his statements lately, at least when it comes to Disney and their priorities, such as messaging and a lot of exclusion. These recent statements, while amplified by the mainstream, is trying to push claims that Peltz is somewhat racist. Those have all kind of backfired. And now even more scrutiny over Disney's extreme turn into radical political messaging is, well, kind of ramped up. And so today, we are going to delve deeper into the depths of Disney's boardroom brawl and, well, what may or may not happen. Here we go. Just a quick reminder, I am on the march to 25K. So if you are here for the first time, or you're one of the 60% of viewers that watch my content that aren't subscribed, please let this video earn your click down on that red subscribe button, turning it to gray. That would be fantastic. And I would truly appreciate it. It gets me much closer to my end of year goal, which is 50K. So in advance, thank you. Now, behold, Peltz has rallied back to emerge as a formidable contender in the Dismal Disney high-stakes boardroom showdown that we've been talking about for a while. And that's a lot of words. Well, there's a reason it's a lot of words. There's a lot going on, and it all seems to be coming to a crescendo, a time when everything gets louder and the tempo is getting a bit faster. We only have a few days until April 3rd, and that's when everything is probably going to have some kind of a shift. In fact, in the last week, he's battled back from some statements that rang hollow with some impressive support like Lucas and Eisner, but the massive proxy advisor firm ISS throwing its weight behind Peltz really turned back that flood of negativity. It threw some cold water on poor evaluations of Peltz's skills. And it really did kind of a very thoughtful evaluation of Peltz's abilities to change the makeup of the path forward for Disney. That's really all ISS was doing. Now, while they may not have supported Low, at least they understand what Peltz could do. So as of the April 3rd date, there will be some kind of change. It may not be in the boardroom, but it's going to be in the investment world surrounding this at the very least. But there's no question that the battle lines are drawn even more clearly right now, and it's igniting a fierce debate over the leadership, the strategy, and kind of the rotten soul of this particular entertainment giant that basically is 1/3 of all entertainment in the United States. But wait, dear viewers, after Disney's targeted press releases, which I mentioned just a moment ago, and of course, obviously, the political mudslinging that came a few weeks before, a haunting question is looming. Is Disney losing its magic touch? Peltz's critique of the company's recent films kind of sparked controversy, as I mentioned just a few moments ago. And it's reigniting debates over artistic freedom, social neo-Marxist messaging, and the elusive quest for cinematic success, at least something that has eluded Disney for quite some time. What's very clear right now is that the realm of cinematic fare that Disney's been putting out recently has been focused on the politics of exclusion, and that anything that's escape-oriented or entertaining has been cast by the wayside. It's really a circle the wagon situation there in every part of the company. And this is the reason why Peltz's comments on Disney's woke storytelling methods sent shockwaves through the industry. It also rattled the cages of even more proxy advisors out there, at least one more that's joining Team Peltz right now and kind of changing some math in this equation. Egan-Jones has thrown its weight and reputation behind Nelson Peltz in his proxy efforts, insisting that Nelson will force the stagnant company to listen to new and different ideas. better ideas in my opinion. But this is clearly code for getting the politics out and the business back. In plain speak, this means Egan-Jones withheld their votes for members Mike Frillman and Melanie Lagomasino, or however you say her name. They also withheld their votes from the 3 outsider nominees from the Raider, kind of corporate Raider mindset folks at Blackwell's, which I think is a good thing. What this means is they put those 2 votes they withheld into the checkmark boxes for Nelson Peltz and Jay Rasulo. And they've often supported Peltz, going all the way back to P&G, at least based on my research, and that actually has been bearing fruits. Their relationship has been very good. Well, so is the relationship with ISS. They understand that Peltz's efforts to get the most out of companies is important, and they're crediting him here with a record of prompting bold, action-driven operational turnarounds in companies. And obviously he does those quite quickly. And I'm sure you agree that this is exactly what Disney needs right now, because of course they do. And of course the most damning statements from Egan-Jones were, well, the following. Disney's board member appears to cut off and are unwilling to engage with investors and the broader market. That's not a sentence you want near any company, especially if you're trying to sell investors on the leadership group that's been driving your company in the wrong direction. Now, looking at how scared they are of Peltz alone would certainly tell you as an investor that that's kind of a bad thing. How can one person out of 12 or 2 people out of 12 dramatically shift things at your company? How could they not actually help improve it? If you're doing the wrong thing and you've been doing it for a long time, and most of these people have been there doing that, something's gotta change. So amidst all of this drama, a glimmer of hope emerges for Peltz and his allies. It seems it may be possible to break the Iger stranglehold. After all, it just may not be this year, because I'm realistic. And although with a very poor showing in overall support right now, leading into the meeting on April 3rd, at least for Iger, we will certainly see a Disney company tested. And Iger will be held even more accountable for putting the company here after his ride of a lifetime bailout, because that was exactly what that was. And just to be clear, I do not expect Peltz to win this time around. But for Disney, if it doesn't change, things will be far worse for them next year. It'll be an easier case to sell. And at the moment, Nelson Peltz stands on the precipice of either a boardroom victory or a disappointing shareholder frustration, which again, I think is probably more likely, because with a win, he's poised to reshape the destiny of Disney and redefine the boundaries of cinematic storytelling to return it to a more family-friendly nature, at least for a company that was founded on being family-friendly for everybody. With a loss, the internal neo-Marxist rot machine will continue to produce the same message-laden political tripe that could lead to the failure of the company as a whole in maybe a decade. So, as this battle wages on, what side are you pulling for? I'm curious. Do you think Peltz even has a chance this time around? Is there a certainty that should he lose, he will be back with ever-escalating pressure? Or is Disney just too far gone at this point? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. And please, once again, if you're not subscribed, please do so. It's absolutely free, and you'd be doing me a huge favor. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.